Welcome back to GSTEF TV, the home of all the hottest Nollywood drama, emotional tension, behind-the-scenes palaver, celebrity controversies, and the kind of gist that will make your mind scatter in excitement. Today's story is one that has thrown the entire internet into shock, confusion, laughter, suspicion, and pure buzz because what happened on set between Sonia, Uche and Maurice has officially passed ordinary chemistry. This one don't pass normal work relationship. This one don't choke. This one don't shake the industry. And as usual, your girl is here to drop every angle, every whisper, every reaction, every eyewitness account, every speculation, and every fan meltdown exactly the way it happened. So sit tight because today's gist is hotter than what you were expecting. The whole drama started in the middle of a romantic scene shoot, a moment that was supposed to be soft, calm, professional, and collected. But instead of fans talking about the scene, the entire conversation online has shifted to the mysterious, intense, and somehow emotional moment that caused Sonia to reportedly walk off the set, leaving everyone speechless, frozen, and confused. According to the crew members who spoke, the atmosphere at that moment became so thick, so charged, so personal that people couldn't even pretend again. They said the chemistry in the air was no longer acting chemistry. They said even the camera couldn't keep up. They said the set turned into a space where emotions were fighting with professionalism. The report is that Maurice leaned in during the scene, whispered something extremely personal into Sonia Uche's ear, and the moment the words dropped, Sonia allegedly froze, blinked, looked at him in a strange mixture of shock and confusion, and immediately walked off the set without saying a word. The walk-off wasn't dramatic like movie style, it was emotional. She reportedly held her chest like someone trying to process what just entered her mind. Crew members said her eyes looked glossy, like she was trying to hold back emotion, not anger. And that unexpected reaction is what made everything scatter because Sonia is one of the most professional actresses in Nollywood. She hardly breaks character. She hardly reacts to anything on set unless it is very serious. So the fact that she stood up and walked away instantly told the crew that whatever Maurice whispered was not small. It was deep. As soon as Sonia stepped away, the entire set went quiet. The director paused, the boom operator froze, the makeup artists stared at each other, and the extras looked lost. People were afraid to speak. It was like watching a scene from a real-life romantic drama without a script. And before anyone could even ask what happened, Maurice reportedly dropped the script he was holding and ran after Sonia, leaving the set completely. According to a witness, he hurried after her with the kind of urgency a man uses when he has just said something that touches the heart of someone he deeply cares about. The eyewitness said Maurice didn't even care that cameras were still rolling. He didn't care who was watching. He just followed her like someone trying to fix something private, emotional, and real. The whispers began immediately. Some crew members said Maurice told Sonia something so intimate that it crossed the thin line between professionalism and personal feelings. Others said he confessed something emotional about their connection. There were claims that he whispered something relating to how he felt about her off-screen, not just as a co-star but as a woman he admired deeply. Someone even joked that the whisper looked like a line from a romantic proposal. But the most popular rumor is that Maurice said something about not being able to separate his real feelings from their on-screen romance anymore. And if that rumor is true, then the internet meltdown we are seeing makes perfect sense. While no one knows the exact words whispered, one thing everyone agreed on is that Sonia's reaction was not irritation or anger. It was emotional shock. She reportedly walked into a quiet room outside the set to breathe, and Maurice followed her in almost immediately. They stayed inside for several minutes. People outside said the atmosphere around the room was so soft and calm that even those passing by slowed down, trying not to interrupt whatever was happening inside. When they finally stepped out, Sonia looked calmer but different. Maurice looked gentle, like someone who had just shared something sincerely personal. But even after they returned to the set, the tension did not disappear. They couldn't look directly at each other for a few minutes. And when they finally resumed acting, the chemistry between them changed. It became heavier, more emotional, more natural, as if they were no longer pretending. The romantic scene reportedly became so real that the director had to cut early because he didn't want the camera to pick up emotions beyond the script. That is when social media entered the chat, and as expected, everything exploded. Fans on X, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and even YouTube have been debating non-stop about what really happened. Some fans are screaming that this is finally the confirmation they have been waiting for. Others are defending Sonia, saying she must have been overwhelmed by a deep emotional truth. Some are dragging Maurice for making things too personal, while others are praising him for being bold enough to express real emotion. One fan wrote that she had always suspected that their chemistry was not acting chemistry but real-life affection. Another fan posted a video analysis of their eye contact from previous movies, saying she had been studying their body language for months and this walk-off moment finally made everything clear. Another fan said that what happened is exactly what happens when two people have been hiding their feelings for too long but something finally breaks the wall. Some fans said Sonia's reaction looked like the reaction of someone who has feelings for someone but wasn't expecting that person to speak up at that moment. There was even one fan who said she knew something had been brewing the moment she saw how protective Maurice has been around Sonia in the past few months. She referenced how he pauses shoots when she arrives late, how he defends her online, how he looks at her during interviews, and how he acts around her on set. She said all those signs cannot be acting and that this latest incident proves their emotional connection is real. Some fans began dragging their colleagues, accusing the industry of pretending not to see the obvious connection. Others said Nollywood should stop hiding the romance because fans are not blind. A few fans even created memes saying, "Maurice don't confess love for set and scatter Sonia's mind." Someone on TikTok made a dramatic reenactment of the moment, adding emotional music in the background, and the video has already gone viral. There were fans shouting that this is the real-life romantic storyline Nollywood has been waiting for. Some prayed for a wedding invitation. Some said this is the sweetest on-screen to off-screen love story since time. But not everyone was soft about it. A few fans dragged Maurice, saying it was unprofessional to whisper something so personal during work. They argued that it could make an actress uncomfortable. But others clapped back, saying that the way Sonia reacted didn't look like discomfort. It looked like emotional impact, the kind of reaction that doesn't come from something negative. Even crew members said Sonia wasn't upset, just overwhelmed. The streets are divided. Some people are pushing the narrative that this is the start of something beautiful. Others say it's proof they've been dating secretly. Some claim Maurice's whisper was a low-key confession. Others say it was something related to their ongoing chemistry rumors. But the most repeated comment online is that whatever he said touched Sonia deeply. And here's the thing, this entire incident aligns with other recent behavior between the two. Fans remember when Maurice paused an entire production just because Sonia arrived late. Fans remember when he blocked someone online for insulting her. Fans remember when he was seen driving her home late at night. Fans remember when they allegedly held hands inside the car after a midnight shoot. They remember the softness, the protectiveness, the body language, the closeness, the secret smiles, the shared glances. So for many fans, what happened on set today is not shocking. It is just the climax of a connection that has been building for months. Even celebrities have reacted. Some of Sonia's colleagues laughed in the comment section, saying love is beautiful even on set. Others posted cryptic emojis. One popular Nollywood stylist wrote that she saw this coming. A cinematographer said that if people knew what he knew about those two, the internet would crack in half. And now fans are begging him to spill the tea. One thing is clear, the bond between Sonia and Maurice has now passed the level of rumor. Even if nobody publicly confirms anything, the emotional intensity between them has become too obvious to hide. This whisper incident is already being called one of the most romantic behind-the-scenes Nollywood moments of 2025. People are saying this will now go down in history as the day a whisper shook the entire industry. Whether they are dating, catching feelings, or simply dealing with emotional tension, one thing everyone agrees on is that their chemistry is unmatched. In fact, fans are already begging producers to pair them again in more romantic movies. They are calling them Nollywood's new favorite duo. Some fans even created the tag hashtag Summer2025, merging their names like a celebrity couple. But the most interesting part. Neither Maurice nor Sonia has released any statement. They have remained silent, and that silence is making fans even more suspicious. Because when people are quiet during a storm, that silence speaks louder than any statement. And now, As this gist continues to scatter everywhere, you already know where you will always get the hottest updates. Before we continue bringing you more, don't forget to subscribe to Gist TV so you will never miss any breaking Nollywood drama, celebrity love story, or behind-the-scenes scandal. This is where the real gist lives, breathes, and drops fresh every single day. This gist sweet. This gist choke. This gist loud. And trust me, more updates are coming. Stay tuned to Gist TV for the next explosion.